Now, let's get ready for the second bout of the evening. And this is a super lightweight contest over 6 rounds between Ernest Ampah from the Adjibude Academy and Pascal Adjibude from the Seconds Art Boxing Gymnasium. Officials for this bout: Judge 1, Shadrach Akwe; Judge 2, Clement Otchoun; and Judge 3 is Erasmus O. The man in charge of this fight is Richard Amibi. Boxers again: Ernest Ampah from Adjibude Academy and Pascal Adjibude from the Seconds Out Boxing Gymnasium. Now let's welcome the boxer Pascal Adjibude.
I not tell me at any time about the world title. Well, I'm always preparing every day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Me prepare, yeah. I don't know what I tell because Bukom is at the Bukom. It was the number 14 in the world, and I choose Lancashire. When I go Africa, okay. Well, I can tell you, I get training for it. You can fight and you can win the fight. So that time, if you are getting when you can the tiger is too and quality because I want to bring what I did to Ghana, and I'm sure by next year, middle of next year, I'll bring the what I did to Ghana. So everybody to pray for me. Okay. About that. Thank you.
George Ashi, also known as the Red Tiger, talking to us about
this bout. Judge 1, Shadrach Akwe; Judge 2, Clement Otchoun; and Judge 3, Erasmus O. Now introducing the boxer fighting out from the blue corner, and this is the boxer with a weight of 139 pounds from the Seconds Out Boxing Gymnasium, owned by the former GBA president Peter Ernest. This is the boxer with the official record of 1 fight, no defeat, no draw, 1 win. From Cotonou, the Republic of Benin, presenting to you the boxer Pascal Adjibude Otchoun. Switching over to the red corner, and this is also a boxer who came over to the ring with a weight of 140 pounds, and this is the man who was born here in Accra at Jamestown and from the Adjibude Academy. And this was the gym that groomed and nurtured the legs of Azuma Nelson, Ike Bazooka Kote. Presenting to you the boxer who is making his debut today, Ernest Ampah. And the man in charge of this fight is Nathaniel Oben.
Good evening, gentlemen. I
expect talk from center referee Richard Amevi, and we will bounce straight into action. Ernest Ampah, it's also, let's say, a West Africa affair. Ernest Ampah representing Ghana, of course. No! Academy. And Seconds Out, Pascal Adjibude Otchoun. He's from Benin. Wild throw there from Ernest Ampah, and Pascal opening up nicely his account here at the Bukom Boxing Arena, using his reach to advantage. Quick response from Ampah. Will that be good enough? It's an all-opening affair for Pascal, and the fans solidly behind him. Pascal here is representing the Seconds Out Gym. Pascal is in the black trunks, and in the blue trunks is Ernest Ampah. Let me quickly wish a happy Eid al-Adha to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Today definitely your day, and we know that the grace of Allah will keep us all together, keep us strong and healthy. So to each and every Muslim out there, a happy Eid al-Adha from us here at Max TV, and it's from all of us as well. A wild throw and a miss there from Ampah. Clinches to avoid further disappointment. Still with us in commentary position, I've got Nanayao. And then I've got the world champion himself seated next to us. The IBF Intercontinental Africa champion. He's been through this league system before. It's created opportunities for him to expose himself not only to Ghanaians but to the rest of the world. Was a proud participant of the Morteen Boxing League. At that stage, he was fighting in the featherweight during the Morteen. Yes, I remember very well. And then he moved on to the lightweight. He's moved on once again, and he's looking for glory and honor, not only for himself, but for Mother Ghana as well. And there's Pascal on the offensive once again. Ampah seems to be in a lot of trouble, especially in this first round. There's only 39 seconds remaining. But it's been a pretty much explosive opening account for Pascal. They obviously would come back a lot more stronger with a lot more dedication and determination in the second round or from the second round. And so far, boxing fans who've gathered here have loved every bit of the action right from the first bout of the evening. End of the round, it obviously has gone well for the Beninois, Pascal, and it looks quite impressive for him.
Quite impressive for Pascal. He started really strong, Prince, and you could see the way he was going in for the kill in that occasion. But you know, I always say when you're going into fights, different strategies makes fights, you understand? And you could see that Pascal wanted to start with aggressive nature, but he couldn't kill it off on Ernest. Ernest is starting slowly, and you know that a lot of fighters, they want to size each other in the first 2 rounds to see your weakness. But that is not on the occasion of Pascal. Pascal wants to go for the kill. That's why he started strong like that. But Ernest is gradually coming into the game and he's starting slowly. But let's see what happens in round 2, because we have a lot of rounds to cover in this fight.
Ampah obviously has been under the cosh, and I'm not too sure whether he expected such an explosive opening from his opponent. Anyway, we'll take a look at how the second round and the subsequent rounds will go. Fans loving every bit of it here. This is the second round. Tactics employed by both coaches are under the strict supervision of their, or both boxers I should say, under the strict supervision of their coaches as they open up. Ampah lands a big one, but then he goes down.
2, 3.
Mandatory 8 count, and Ampah says he's good to go. He had to backpedal after he took that heavy punch. Let's see whether he's recovered. And once again, it's Pascal. Initially tried to work on the body and now trying to score a few more points through a few upper shots. Good block there from Ampah. Pascal tries to open up once again, giving everything he's got. And Ampah has a lot of defending to do. It was on one of those occasions that he took a big punch and then backpedaled and mismanaged his steps, as it were, and went down to the canvas. Pascal works on the body. Both boxers will go in for a clinch. Ampah looks a bit groggy on his feet, I should say. Family is here with us and they're loving every bit of it. And we're sure that we're selling you the best of boxing made in Ghana for those of you who are watching in the comfort of your homes or elsewhere. We've got the Chief Executive Officer of Coffee Gold Clothing also here with us. Watch out for Kofi Gold Clothing, soon to launch their brand, and obviously soon to be part of the Deluxy Professional Boxing League. Now at this moment, both boxers would want to be very conservative with the jabs, carefully looking for that opening for a big one. Pascal having the longer reach, using that to his advantage. Still with us in commentary position, we've got the champion himself with us, Red Tiger George Ashi. George, let's take a look at these two boxers.
Yeah.
The strategy they are coming out with. Bonnie Ameno Nakaisana may approach fight. Our own tactics.
Me like me no fan. Me like I'm a beginning. I come back. No, me like I'm in fight more. I'm more experience.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get much more experience at the same time.
Yeah.
Me like I go up and coming boxers. Me like me play jump on first fight. So me like baby lewe ring girl lewe no na lewe. You check your woman. Okay, you for no more ring girl me. Now more experience. When sure get feel I'm for no more. I'm not going to check my pick up. Yeah. When sure get
lots of excitement here tonight. You can make your way and join us here at the Bukom Boxing Arena. A while ago, you heard George Ashi, the Red Tiger. An explanation is quite a very simple one. These are boxers who are having their debut in the league, and of course their first time in the ring. And so sometimes you need to be mindful of some of these things in order to overcome them. He believes that the more they have regular fights, the more perfect they will become in the ring. So into round 3 we go, and it looks like Pascal is sitting quite comfortably, taking the instructions carefully from his corner during the break. Big one there from Ampah. That of course will give him a lot of boost. The quick one to the face as well, and then a quick two to the face of Ampah. He replies immediately. Fight's getting interesting. Anyway,
Prince, I feel Ernest wants to go in the exchange game with Pascal, but I think for me that is not a good game at all, because when you look at Pascal has swift hands as compared to Ernest. Ernest is a slow tempo kind of fighter. He tries to gather it and try to unload and patiently unloads his punches. But when you look at what he's doing now, he wants to exchange, thinking that on the scorecards he's below. That is why he's trying as much as possible to get points in round 3. But he should be careful because Pascal has swift hands.
The swift movement of the hands of Pascal obviously is what's been worrying George a little bit. Keeps his guard quite close, uptight, and then creates the opportunity as and when he gets it. But Pascal has not been overawed. He's also taken a few of the big shots from Ampah, but still stands on his feet. He stands tall, goes in, tries to close with a jab, and then waits for the guard to drop, and then fires to the body of his opponent. Ampah tried to walk away from trouble, but quickly Pascal was on his tail. Our referee Richard Amevi has his eye closely on these two boxers and is watching. That's a big one from Ampah. He did well to get Pascal on that occasion. Goes in again with a left. And then this time tries to work on the body. Pascal will not allow him. Big one to the face. That really caught Pascal there. Wasn't really expecting that. Tries to respond with a right of his own, Pascal. And for this third round, basically a give and take affair from the two boxers. Can't take your eye off this fight even for a second. And to the last couple of seconds, we go to another round which has gone enough for Pascal, and you can see that he's building the confidence as the fight goes on.
Yes, as I told you, Prince, and you could see that Ernest is gradually coming into the game, and that's why I keep saying that the exchange that he wants to go with Pascal, I feel is a wrong move. He should just keep his patience. When he feels that Pascal is way off target, then he can also stand his punches. And you could see in the last minute of the round 3, you could see that Ernest was just doing that. He waits when Pascal commits, then he just counters him. And I think going forward, if he gets on this kind of game, he's going to go all the way round for Ernest. I feel Pascal have seen that now. Ernest is going into the game. That's why at the end of the round, he just tapped his arm to show that yes, we are now coming into the game. Round 4 next. Let's see what happens.
Round 4 coming up pretty shortly.
Seconds out.
These two boxers are really having a go at each other.
Seconds out. Round
Ernest Ampah
4
of the Akatoku Academy in the blue trunks. His opponent, Beninois Pascal Adjibude. He's in the black trunks. So round 4 we go to. We're warming up to other fights coming up, including the classic juvenile fight between Mohamed Ablo and Godfred Kofi. That's a long-waited one, and most of the fans here are eager beavers to watch how these two young, up-and-coming boxers will square off against each other. Eagle eyes of the officials of the GBA watching closely. I see Confidence Yagbe, I see J.A. Anand, I see our timekeeper and the master scorecard keeper, Edward Ado. They're all there. And again, some of our referees are also taking the opportunity to watch what the two boxers are made of. That's a big one there. Landed nicely by Ampah. Special thanks to Max by Renault, Max TV Adepa, of course on channel 247, and of course our proud sponsors, Deluxy. Bringing you the best of boxing made in Ghana. And these gyms that have been carefully selected to be part of this maiden edition of the Deluxy Professional Boxing League are giving it their all. Good counter punches from Ampah. Seems to have recovered from that slip and fall. And it's a warning to Pascal. There's a caution, I should say. Building up slowly and steadily. I'm sure they'll be looking forward to the next couple of rounds, which could be the decider for either of these two boxers. Big one to the face of Ampah. Tries to work on the body of Pascal again. He left that a bit too late. End of the 4th round. And again, we still haven't been able to separate the two boxers.
Prince, interesting fight between these two fighters. And you can see Ernest and Pascal are giving it all. For the first 2 rounds, I'm going to give it to Pascal because he did a lot. He started well with an aggressive nature. You can see that, yes, he needed to go for the kill, but Ernest stood on his ground. But for the round 3 and round 4, I have to give it to Ernest. He has shown a lot of momentum in these 2 rounds. And I feel the round 5, round 6, we are going to see a lot of explosiveness. Take a look at what happened in round 4, you could see that, yeah, you see what I'm talking about. Now Ernest is dictating the pace of the fight. In the first 2 rounds, it was Pascal all over. He was dictating the pace. But now round 3, round 4, you could see that Ernest has started gradually and getting into the game, and he's now dictating the pace. And let's see what happens in round 5, because this fight is a draw in my opinion.
Seconds out.
On we go. We are getting into the 5th round head of sports.
Round 5.
Yao and Bofuankra in the background. And we'll be hearing from him pretty shortly. So again, the 2 boxers, they won't give up, not just yet. Another caution again, this time to Ampah. Oh, that's a big one from Ampah. Wild miss on that occasion, but Pascal obviously living to the billing, living up to expectation. It won't be too shocking if they have to go to the end of the rounds, and of course would have to rely on the scorecards of the judges to make a decision as to who carries the blue ribbon. Obviously that close, Pascal started nicely and wildly, I should say, opening up and giving the best of the punches that he had, but of course it's taken Ernest Ampah some time, but he came back nicely. Wild miss there from Ampah, and another wild one too from Pascal as well. So they're keeping tabs on each other very closely. Pascal goes in, but then avoids that heavy right punch from Ampah. Ampah digs deep, but empty space. A lot of the West African countries have found solace in coming to Ghana to build up their boxing abilities and their strength as well as their sharpness. And so in this Deluxy Professional Boxing League, we've seen quite a couple of them showing what they're made of. Some have shown that they've got a lot of steel and a lot of grit in their fighting style.
I know, Prince, you can see that what we are doing here is a good initiative. That's why you can see some of our African countries coming in here to also have a taste and feel, so that they can also show the world the talents they have. But take a look at round 5. You can see that round 5, they are sizing each other. You can see there are tired legs there, there are tired hands there. You can see Ernest is trying to rely on the counter game, and the overhand right is doing the magic for Ernest in the couple of rounds we've seen so far. For Pascal, you can see that he has slowed down because Ernest is not standing there for him to hit him. When he's coming in with that aggressive nature, Ernest senses it and he just drives away from that danger, and that is looking good for Ernest. And I feel when it continues, we have the round 6 coming on, and let's see. I'm sure round 6, these two fighters are going to give it all.
Seconds out. 6 and the final round.
It's the 6th round and the final one at that. Looking forward to the two boxers giving off their best, especially in this last round. And it's opened up nicely for Ampah, to the extent that it's now Pascal who's doing more of the clinching. It's a big one by Ampah, well received by Pascal, and then launches a long one at that into the face of Ampah. And you can see the gesticulations from the fans who are sitting at ringside, telling Ampah especially what to do. Obviously, the last round gives opportunity to unleash whatever you have left in the tank, as it were, because it could go either way. Anyway,
Prince, I agree with what you are saying, because when you take a look at round 2, Ernest got knocked down, right? Ernest got knocked down in round 2, and in round 6, this is the last round in the bout. I'm expecting Ernest should do more, try to be explosive enough so that we can go to the scorecards and see that even though he got knocked down in round 2, he can do enough in this last round. So I'm expecting Ernest to unleash more. We need to see more from Ernest, because in round 2 he got knocked down.
Okay, well, that knockdown will obviously be the only negative on the part of Ampah, but he's opened up quite well. I'll go to Red Tiger in a second to find out how he's also seen the bout so far. This is the 6th and the last round. The two boxers we told you earlier on are all debutants in the league, and we heard from Red Tiger a while ago. He explained that because they are newcomers, we're not going to see the best of them, obviously, but given time with a lot of constant fights, it would give them a clearer opportunity at giving off their best. I'll find out from him at the end of the round how he thinks the bout has gone. Don't forget, tonight is a very special one, because joining us in commentary position, we've got some crack and key boxers, and those who are looking at world titles, those who are actually calling the world title to come to Ghana. We'll find out how preparations are going on as we go through. Plus, of course, don't forget, we've got that bout that you all need to stay up and watch no matter the time. Mohamed Ablon will be in action against Godfred Kofi, one of the juvenile pairs that we're looking forward to in terms of a brighter and a sterling performance in the very near future. But at this stage is Ampah, who is taking on Pascal into the last 10 seconds. Ampah thinks he's done pretty much okay in this bout. For Pascal, he's tried to use a lot of the ring craft to advantage. George, that man more know ya fight name. Take unalete. Eya ni ake pa kwa. Get bad mind no be say be bad. Come on, tell her what you man share. One girl when good one there. Money sweet spaghetti make it problem. Open your mind be your walk. That one out you walk. Never back go. Brody any be your book like a John. Like is a future kidem. At the same time, no, I mean like a manu blue. A first, your second round in the equation. When you affect the few, get you up. You get you. If a model moon, apart from the around there, far further back, she is again around there, you know, the banner, affect the few. Okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, gone by was the second bout of the evening. We are waiting for the verdict. Shall we put our hands together for the two boxes? It was an amazing fight. A super lightweight contest over 6 rounds, and we are now waiting for the verdict. The next bout is a middleweight contest over 6 rounds between Somote Tay from the Otchoun boxing gym and Benjamin Nisaka Bole from the Palm Spring boxing gymnasium. So we are now waiting for the verdict.
It's been a very tough encounter. The second bout of the evening we've just witnessed. And as the ring announcer Mohamed Amin Lamte said, we are waiting the judges to come up with a verdict, and then we shall share that with you pretty shortly. But still to come, we've got a middleweight contest scheduled for 6 rounds between Atokwashi's Somitete and Palm Springs Benjamin Nisaka Bule. That bout obviously is also scheduled to bring the best out of the two middleweight contenders. Fortunately, the country is blessed with lots of boxers in almost every weight category, and so we're going to be seeing the best of the best as we go through. Officials have handed the verdict over to Amin Lamte, so let's go to him.
1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have the verdicts. Before the verdict, shall we put hands together once again for the boxes? Now we have the verdicts. Judge 1 scored about 57 to 57. Judge 2 scored about 57 to 57. And judge number 3 scored about 57 to 57. So by a majority decision, the decision is a majority draw. Thank you very much.